Who would win in a fight? One hyphen punch man or one punch hyphen man? I don't fucking care. Look, we're all free to have our own opinion and we shouldn't be embarrassed on what we like and not worry what others think about, but I'm getting tired of the same conversation. Why is the anime fanbase so superficial? Are we really that desperate in knowing who will beat up who? Are power levels really that important? No, they're not. They serve the purpose, but hey, Toriyama doesn't even use it anymore. He stopped after Frieza, and since then there's been no numeric scale of any sort. There has been objects that determine a power level, but it's left intentionally vague. So why the hell are we still having videos about speculation on who's more powerful and shit? What does that say about us as people? I don't want this community to be portrayed as some anti-social scum of the earth. It's bad enough We Bare Bears has the anime fan stereotype. No, Panda, don't have a body pillow. Kids are gonna look that up, they're gonna be disgusted. This is becoming embarrassing, especially on One Punch Man of all things. But that doesn't stop the populace to make their videos and start the stupid arguments of Goku versus One Punch Man. It's a pointless argument. Look, One Punch Man is a gag character, therefore he is not going to lose for the sake of humor. But if you want to go more in depth about this, the day Saitama finds an opponent he can't beat in One Punch is when the series will end. Since the beginning, he wanted to be this powerful, serving as his irony that by fulfilling this wish, he has gradually become dull and almost desensitized by anything or anyone. In fact, the times to see him at his most emotional is during his realization that he might miss out on a sale for his groceries or forget to take out the trash. Many imagery portray this comedic aspect by having this cool looking hero carrying a grocery bag. If you want a real comparison, look up the Kochikame and Dragon Ball crossover, which features Ryotsu versus Frieza, and you know who wins? Ryotsu, because he's a gag character. The whole One Punch Man versus whoever is not worth making videos about. And here is a shocking fact. Other people are treating anime fans as stupid, and they're taking advantage of the opportunity. This is why something as infamous as Watch Mojo is still around. It really upsets me that people are more invested in watching a death battle, a crappy top 10 list, a list of verifying power levels, speculation videos on what fights will happen, and even bland videos of the top 20 or top 20 most strongest characters of a particular series. The reason I'm so disappointed in people is that they're taking a joke way too seriously. Ironically, this was not the author's intention. The one theme that viewers, readers, and fans should be taken seriously is completely overlooked. So to conclude, I'm gonna talk about the author, not Yusuke Muruta, but one, the original creator of One Punch Man, and this is his art. Some of you might be speechless, and others already know about this. One Punch Man originally was a webcomic drawn by a single person nicknamed One. You can tell by looking at his work that it's not really good. But you know what he said? He likes to draw manga. I'm in admiration of this author, and I think other people should take his example. Sure, we got other authors who get plenty of praise, but this is a guy, probably just some average Joe, who more than likely was criticized by many for his lack of drawing talent, or drawing manga in general. But that didn't stop him. In fact, his webcomic for One Punch Man, he does that for free. He gets paid royalties with everything else, but he mainly does manga as a hobby. Sound familiar? One Punch Man probably represents One himself, and here's the part that pisses me off. So far, the story of One Punch Man seems to be about corruption among heroes. You have these characters who act as the world's protectors, the new law enforcement. But all of these so-called heroes are more interested in self-gain and keeping a front of a good reputation. Most of them don't even have a heroic soul, but Saitama does. In fact, doesn't this talk of corrupt guardians relate to the real-life law enforcement corruption that happened in 2015? No one talks about the heroics of One Punch Man. I think people barely acknowledge Licenseless Writer's speech. It only gets overshadowed by, oh gee, a One Punch Man power level analysis video! This is so worth my time! I mean, what about these moments where a hero does heroic things? Why is everyone so focused on his strengths and not his passion for heroic hobbies? Maybe this is not One's goal, maybe this is just my interpretation of his work. For all I know, he's just writing these dilemmas because it sounds fun. And the surprising part is that this guy who can write but can't draw, loves to draw, and eventually became a somebody. That truly is inspiring. I'm a writer myself, but I also like to draw. From my experience in college art courses, I don't consider myself an artist or an artisan, but I want to do something with my life. So far, I only did an audio teaser and a few slideshows. It's been a few baby steps, but one is giving me that push to proceed with this gamble. Will it succeed or not? The important thing is I want to try achieving my dream. My hobby at creating stories.